Earlier this year, two women got into a traffic dispute in Barstow, California. Importantly, in this case, one was white and one was black. You're going to see a couple of videos here, and I want you to stick through it. And bear in mind, in the back of your mind as you're watching them, that this is all body cam footage from the point of view of a police officer. And imagine if you had heard this story, the information that would have been available had the footage itself not been available, if there was not a body cam. So you're going to see an unidentified white woman. You're going to see Charlena Michelle Cooks, who is the black woman in this footage. And in these first two, you're going to hear their differing accounts of exactly what happened in the traffic dispute.
Lady up there, she's standing up there. She just comes like hauling ass around me and almost hits me while I'm in a turn. So I honk. She stops, rolls down her window. She's like, "Who the hell you think you're honking at?" And I said, I'm turning. My blinker's on. You can't drive like that in the parking lot. And she just starts yelling at me. Hurries up in front of me, parks right here, all crazy. So then I park. She gets out of her car, and I wasn't even get out. This isn't her car. She moved it real quick. And
okay.
Then, she gets out of her car, comes over here, punches my window, throws something, whatever that brown thing is, she throws it. She's screaming at me.
Okay.
Miss Anderson is out here. You can ask her.
Okay. Is your window damaged? Anything damaged at all?
No. She scared the hell out of me, and I'm like, I'm calling the police. She's call the police. She's just screaming at me.
Okay. I don't see right now. I don't see a crime that has been committed. If there was damages, I would give you the opportunity to place her under citizen's arrest if you wanted to. I don't see any crime. I'm going to document her name, probably a story. I'm pretty sure she's going to give you a story where, you know, it was your fault and then this and that. But we'll just document that and see where her car is, and we'll go from there. Okay? Is that fair enough? Fair enough? Okay. All right.
So that is the dispute from the first point of view. In this next video, you're going to see the account of Charlena Michelle Cooks, who has a very different view of exactly what happened.
How you doing, ma'am?
Yeah, I was just dropping my daughter off. I was in this lane where the police cars are. She was honking and honking, so I'm like, roll my window and see what she wants. She was like, you cannot park right, you cannot drive right here. This is a one-lane thing. She was like, this is a one-lane thing. I'm going to hit your car. Just go. Just go. I said, who are you talking to like that? So I parked, walked my daughter up in here, and was like, you have a problem? Because you talking to me like I'm your child or something. You know, you can say something like it's a one-lane thing, but I never known it to be a one-lane thing because I always see two lanes, two cars driving through.
Right.
Right. So then she just acting all scared and stuff because she just, I don't know.
Well, she said you threw some on her car.
No, ain't nobody throw nothing at her car. I had my daughter right there. My daughter was scared.
Okay.
My second grader was scared.
Okay. All right.
Exactly. She just called the police for whatever reason. I don't know.
Well, you know, some people just feel like sometimes they're,
okay, well,
you know,
just feel threatened by her because she's white.
Was that?
And she's white and she's making threats to me. I felt threatened by her.
Okay.
I even went in there and let them know because I know she works.
Okay.
So there, you hear the story from 2 points of view there, and at this point, the cop has already said on the film that he doesn't believe that any crime has been committed. You don't see him asking the first woman for her name, but he is going to ask Charlena Michelle Cook for her name. And bear in mind, she is not legally required in California to provide it, but he asks, and then this happens.
What is your name, ma'am?
I'm not giving you my name for what?
Yeah, I actually do have the right to ask you for your name in this case, okay?
Let me make sure.
Well, how long is it going to be for you to make sure, okay?
Let me make sure, because I'm not about to get harassed by the police.
Well, you know what, ma'am? I have every right to ask you for your name, okay?
I'm not about to get harassed.
Ma'am, no. Michelle what? What is your name?
Let me get the person.
Ma'am, I'm going to give you, ma'am, I'm going to give you 2 minutes.
Hello?
Okay, Miss?
They talking about they have to get my name and all that. I don't know because she over here crying and stuff.
Just give me your name, please. Give me your name, please.
I just told you my name is Michelle.
No, it's not good enough.
Okay, well I don't feel comfortable right here.
Let's go 15.
No, don't, Andre, they about to touch me.
Watch yourself, please.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Ma'am, please.
Do not touch me. Do not. I'm pregnant. Do not touch me.
Okay.
Do not touch me. What the fuck is going on? Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me, sir. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. I'm pregnant. Stop it. This is ridiculous. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Ma'am,
please. I'm pregnant. Please, I'm pregnant. Please.
So why are you resisting, man? Why are you resisting, please?
Come here. I'm pregnant. Please.
I just lost my cuffs. Do you have your cuffs?
Please.
Okay, get up, ma'am.
I can't. I'm pregnant.
Okay.
I feel my stomach.
Watch yourself.
My stomach, stop.
So why are you resisting?
Because you guys are stupid.
Yeah, so again, she is actually pregnant. She was 8 months pregnant at that point. This happened in January. She has since delivered the child. We don't know if there was any damage done to it, but you can hear in her voice that she's absolutely horrified that something is going to happen to her unborn child because she's being arguably thrown down or placed down roughly. And again, she was not legally required to provide her name. Every cop seems to think that they can't be filmed and you have to provide the name and the ID. In most places in the country, none of that is true.
Why do they think that? Why do they keep thinking that?
I think because they've been allowed to do what they want for a very long time.
And they've been allowed to do that.
I mean, these cops aren't even in much trouble
As
yet.
always, this is the disobedience.
You will obey my authority.
You obey my authority. First of all, he said, it was about 15 seconds after he said, I'm going to give you 2 minutes.
She could give you 2 minutes,
And then within 15 seconds, he's got his hands on her. And that's when things...
Yeah, she was on the phone.
She was on the
She
phone.
wasn't wielding a katana.
Right.
She was on an imminent threat. He had no reason to arrest her.
And she's not going anywhere. He already said there wasn't a crime that was committed. Yet you are black, and I'm a little pissed off that you're not doing exactly what I said. So I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to brutalize you right now in public in front of a school. I don't give a fuck because I'm a cop, and that's why I became a cop, because I'm not a big thinker, and I like brutality.
What I can imagine goes through, I don't know what goes through his mind, but like, they've got to think this through differently. Like, if you don't think, like, I got it. In hindsight, if she'd given her last name, we probably don't have this situation. But you have to recognize as a police officer, what's going to happen if she doesn't? What's going to happen when I touch her?
Okay, I'll go out on a limb on this one. I'll go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say, generally speaking, women do not want their bodies touched by random, strange men. But again, I just went out on a limb to say that one. And specifically, black women. Which I know they don't want their body touched by strange, random men.
Of which, in this situation, in this circumstance, there is no risk. You're okay.
There's no risk and no crime.
There's almost no situation. By the way, there's nothing to de-escalate. Nothing's happened. They come in, they escalate.
That's right.
The cops came in. You're supposed to be the de-escalator. You came in and escalated the situation, which makes no sense. Police officers are supposed to make peace. You came in and made it war.
I'm going to go home.
I'm hungry.
So what did you think was going to happen when you touched her?
And that's the kind of city you want to run, where the cops cuff people, where they already on camera admitted there isn't a crime. She doesn't have to give her name. So they're illegally, and then you're defending that. They're illegally doing that. So again, this is the culture of America. We're in a police state. Police get to do whatever they want, even though it's illegal. We all know that she does not have to give her name. The cop already said it wasn't a crime, yet they fucking brutalize her anyway, and the city defends them, and everybody's okay with it because they're cops.
No, I'm not okay with it. I wouldn't give a damn if we have 7 billion people on the planet. Listen, if 6,999,999,000 of you were okay with this, I wouldn't be okay with it. I would have rebelled. I would have stepped in. I would have came through. I would have not complied. I would have died by protecting that woman. If my life, listen, she's going to be protected, period. Whether my life gets taken or not. And this is a man's duty, you see. I'm not okay with it. Whenever it's a black man, then it's domestic violence. But see, what I see when I look at that, a woman, see, these officers aren't thinking. So I'm not thinking. I'm instincts without thinking. This is what I mean. You gotta start being like this, because they're not thinking. So you have to go off instincts. Because once you start thinking, you'll start confusing shit. You'll start second guessing natural instinct, which is natural law. You are naturally prone. You see, you know, because again, I don't see uniform. You see, just like you said, they're defending her. The damn city is they're defending the cops. The city is defending the cops. Who's there to defend the woman? We see this all over the place. White women, black women, Asian women. This is everywhere. This ain't no race thing. These motherfuckers is animals. They're not thinking. So this is what I see. I'm not thinking. I see two men, both armed, attacking a pregnant woman who was not attempting to harm them, and they know she's pregnant. No, she don't even got to be pregnant. She's a woman. She's not attempting to harm you. That's all I see. Two armed men. Again, let me repeat. Because this is very simple. Again, thinking, when you start thinking, you're gonna complicate it. It doesn't take this much shit. Two men, one woman. Both of the men have weapons. And they're slamming her to the ground. And by the city defending the cops, they are legally defending tyranny. This is the definition. Legally and literally defending tyranny. And you know, when it comes to tyranny with me, rebellion is a responsibility.
She's lying on her stomach, and with the parts it's getting everybody, she's screaming, lying on her stomach.
Yeah. So what do you do in that situation if you're there? If you're a person and you see these cops, you see these cops brutalizing.
She actually is saying, like, they're the ones who are supposed to be helping me, but who is supposed to help me when they are attacking me?
I imagine that I would have been like, I feel like I would have, you know, I mean, first of all, I want to go up to her and I want to say, like, take a deep breath. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And I'm saying to the cops, could you just give her a moment?
They would crack you in the head
and
fast.
They'd hit me with, like, don't approach this.
They wouldn't want you to come close.
They wouldn't want me to come close.
No, they would get away, and if you don't get away, they're going to crack your head too. So what do you do in that situation? You just have to walk away and let an agent of the state brutalize a pregnant woman.
You take out your phone, you record it, but you know, it was already recorded.
So you just what if they started punching her?
Right. Then
so you just let it go?
I don't know. What would you do?
At what point do you step in?
What point do you step in?
I will open my trunk and get a tire iron and then call my dad.
Here's what I'm not doing. I'm not sitting and watching. I don't know what I would do. And he says he'll get the tire iron. I don't know what I'll do. But I'm not sitting and watching. That's what I'm not doing. Everything else is off of that. So I'm going to protect the woman, which is my duty as a man. But I don't know I don't know what I'll do. I know I'm going to protect the woman. But everything else comes after me not sitting there and watching.
That's the thing. I don't know what I would do in that situation. So if you go over and you confront the cops, which you would do in any other situation if they weren't cops.
That's right.
Yeah. If any other situation, if there were two grown men pouncing on a woman who is pregnant and she's screaming and she's not a threat to anybody, you would go over there and you would start by punching those guys. That's how you would start. You would start by punching them. Get off this woman. What is your fucking problem? That's how you would start. But since they're cops, you can't do that. But maybe.
Correction, you can do that. What do you mean you can't do that? You can't do it if you're thinking. This is what I'm trying to tell you. See? Again, he said the right thing and he said the wrong thing. He said the right thing because he said in any situation, in any other situation, when there's two men pouncing on a pregnant woman who isn't harming them, isn't threatening them or anything, doing anything to them, you would start by punching them. I mean, you're not even trying to go and talk. You're gonna start by punching. You're gonna start by inflicting harm. So he's right. But then this is what I'm trying to tell you. See, you start thinking, and that's that fear, that ego starts to think. And he says, but you can't because they're cops. Not with me. Not with me. See, these cops aren't thinking. So that's what, see, we're going to not think together. It's going to be all instincts, all natural as a man, me, protecting a woman. I'm not seeing no uniform. That's a costume doesn't mean a goddamn thing to me. I see a woman in harm, in danger. You see? So you gotta instincts without thinking.
Maybe I would do that, and I'll take the jury trial. Maybe I would do that. I don't know. What if they were doing it to a dog? I wouldn't let somebody beat a dog. I wouldn't let that happen. I would stop the cops. But because they're cops, we're all supposed to shut down our humanity and walk away because they're doing the right thing. Those cops are brutal maniacs. That's what, did you see how they had her? She's a woman dropping off her second grade kid. There was no crime committed, yet we're going to brutalize this woman because she didn't do exactly as I said, even though my request is illegal.
Yeah.
Again, that last statement he said is very profound. She didn't do what I said, even though what I said was illegal. Even though the request that I made was illegal. Again, I wouldn't even made it that far, but again, it's straight tyranny. You know, I'll go out on this definitely. And I mean, men in this society, they're so lost of their it's not even their purpose. This is what this is like what you're meant to be and do at the spiritual level. It's like past DNA. It's like, say if a lion died and he gets up to heaven, what'd you die for? Well, I died going out hunting, hunting for my family, protecting my cubs. Like, you get what I'm saying? He died out hunting for gazelles. I mean, it's hard to even put this shit into words. Like, the man, this is what you're born to do. You were made to defend men, women, and children. This is what you're meant to do. When you get to heaven, like, it's not even a question. This is what you're meant to do. There's no thinking involved in none of this. Like, this situation, there's zero thinking involved. Yeah, and then the other commentator said, he said, well, I'll go on jury trial. Oh, fuck a jury trial. I'll take it to the real trial. I'll definitely go out on this one. Oh yeah, we'll let Amon sort this one out. Trust me, I'll definitely go out on this one. No trial needed. Would you sentence a lion for being a lion? I mean, would you sentence a dog for barking? I mean, this is what men are supposed to do.
And again,
it goes back to the mindset of the people who join the police. People who join the police like brutality. That's why they're cops. They dig this shit. Normal people don't do that.
Okay, see, now we're getting down to the nuts and the bolts. We're getting down to the important points right here. Because he's saying normal people don't do that, okay? And cops like brutality. In reality, a man, his nature is, in reality, fighting. It's like war. But remember this, hold on. You can't just stop there. Don't stop there. It's a war for justice. You see, it's a war. It's peace. Peace is the natural state of man. But if you unjustly go against me or mines, and by me or mines I meaning me, my women, the entire human race, or mines, my children and property, and children, all races. We ain't talking about no stupid shit, no socially created shit of race, which was only created about a couple 100 years ago, 400 years, and when there's skeletons in Africa that's been here for millions of years. Again, this is the mind. This race, the whole idea of race is socially created by the dominant people in society, you see, to divide and conquer us. Which again, as he says, you're to shut down your humanity. You see, it's to shut down your humanity. And you say, oh, that's a cop. Well, I can't do that. The myth of authority. It's shutting down the humanity. shutting down that man principle. They leave the brutal principle, which is to brutalize, but you're supposed to brutalize tyranny. You're supposed to brutalize negativity. You're supposed to brutalize oppression. That's what you brutalize. You brutalize when somebody is coming after your women or children. You see? And that's what people are confused about. And that's what motherfuckers is scared of. You see? Because when a black man harms a woman or domestic violence, they come out of the woodworks because it's socially acceptable. And it's easy to pick on the black man. I mean, come on, that don't take no damn courage. That's nothing in this society to point out the black man did this. Oh my God, that took so much courage. What ingenuity, Johnny. What ingenuity and thought and courage, and that was just so brave of you. But where's all the feminists and all those people that say domestic violence against women now? You see? What, just because he got a costume on, that makes any fucking difference? Fuck no. I'm standing up for all. I stand for all justice, all equality. Don't confuse me with Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter. Natural law matters.
As I said in the very beginning, like in this case, we have the body cam footage. We have a first-person view of exactly what happened. And imagine what the cops would have said if there was not that footage.
Yes.
They would have said, we approached her, she went crazy, and
Yes.
we had to pacify her.
And
they say that constantly.
They'll
And
say
how
she took
often
a
are they
swing at
lying?
me. They'll say she took a swing
They
at
would
me
say
or
it.
she was
And
violent.
we would have no way to contradict that.
Right.
And look, body cams are not a perfect solution. We know that from the Garner in New
Right.
York City. And there are a bunch of other problems that they can potentially cause. But in cases like this, having at least some indication of what actually happened is 100% vital. The cops may not actually face any consequences because this is still America in 2015, and we don't do stuff to cops.
We don't do anything to
But at
cops.
least we have the opportunity because of the body cam.
Okay, let me be clear, because my mother, she listens to these videos sometime, and she doesn't want people to misunderstand what I'm trying to say. Although I've never said go around killing cops or go around killing anybody. Again, I'm following natural law. So my thing is peace. But when tyranny, you see, when tyranny is law, rebellion is responsibility. So again, I'm not saying go out and cause more harm, go out and cause more war. I'm saying be peaceful. But when others are in harm, I have to protect them because I'm the natural living man. And that's my duty as a man. So I want to be clear again. I do not advocate just random killing of any human beings. I'm not even going to say cops. Listen, I don't give no damn about some cops. I do not advocate the killing, the lawless killing of any being. Period. Okay. Now, this is my thing. Just to end it this and wrap it up. A lot of people, they're gangsters when it's comfortable. Like, you see a lot of men, they'll fight for their football teams. They'll fight each other when you damage their car. You see, whenever it's socially acceptable to fight back, then you got men that'll fight. Just the other day, this man, he killed another black man for spilling beer on his Jordans. Because it's socially acceptable for black people to kill other black people. It's comfortable then. Or just like the other video I showed you with the white man, the white cop pushed his woman out of the way when she was trying to jump in between the cop and the dog, and the white man pushed her out of the way. You see, you got to go back and watch the video to understand what I'm saying. And then the white man stood in the house and didn't do shit. Again, when it's comfortably acceptable. But if it was a black man that pushed his girlfriend down, would he have came out of the house? Yeah, he would have came out because it's comfortably acceptable. Because people they're looking at items. They've been brainwashed by this system into what they can do. You letting somebody tell you when you can fight back or what is right and what is not. You see. Or so when another example, feminists, they stick up for women when it's comfortable or socially acceptable for them. So for instance, when it's a black man who has domestic violence against a woman. But again, both of these videos are direct domestic violence. I mean, it's violence against women, period. But you never hear them standing up against the cops, you see, or any other white men, because it's not socially acceptable, you see. So, but you have gangsters when it's socially acceptable. Then they'll be gangsters. You see, so let me repeat that structure. Black people against black people, they're comfortable. A white man against a black man, comfortable. When it's When the feminist is comfortable when it's black people, when it's a black man harming a black woman, or a black man harming a white woman. But when it's a white cop harming a white woman, then they don't say anything. You never hear from them after all these cases. Or any woman. You see, the feminists, if you're fighting for women, you should be fighting for all women. You see? Or, and the list goes on. It's just that comfort, you see, that comfort aspect. So, again, my whole duty is for women. You see, it's putting women back on the throne. Even when the things that I do, when I'm saying for a man, even when I show the videos protecting men, I'm not even protecting the man. Here's my philosophy. I could give a damn about the man. When I'm standing up for Trayvon Martin, or I'm standing up for the other Mike Brown, or who, the list goes on, or even these white teenagers. The other teenager that I showed you, the white teenager, he got killed by the cop. I'm standing up for their mama, because now their mama don't got a son. I could give a damn about the man, you see. Now a auntie don't got a nephew. Now a grandmother don't got a grandson. Now a sister don't got a brother. Now a future wife don't got a husband. I'm all for the woman. Natural law matters.